Bianca, I'm sorry to text you so suddenly. I have something to talk to you about. Do you have a minute?
What's the matter, Mom? I was just taking a break from housework, so I have some time right now.
Okay, that's great. So, the thing I wanted to talk about is about how you've been spending too much money.
What? Me? Spending too much money?
You're in charge of money management in the house, right?
Yeah, that's right. Eric is busy with work, so I manage the money at home and decide how much to use for our living expenses. Is there anything wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong about you being in charge of money management. It's hard to tell you this, but I think you might be using too much money.
Are you saying that I'm spending more than I need to? I'm only spending money for my basic living needs. Stop accusing me for something I've never done.
But I heard you bought a brand new bag recently. Eric told me that it cost more than $1,000. And he also said that it wasn't your first time buying something so expensive.
That was a present for myself. Eric is not the only one who's tired from working. I do housework every day, and I have to reward myself for it once in a while. I think I deserve it, honestly.
I know you're working hard, Bianca. I'm not telling you to stop spending money for yourself. I just think it might have been better if you told Eric about it before you spent the money. Eric is the one who's bringing the money to the household, so I think he should know how his salary is being spent.
I regret not telling him about it in advance. But it's our problem, not yours. Let us solve it as a couple. It's not your business, is it?
That's very true. I also hope that you would be able to solve it with Eric.
Then mind your own business, can you? We are capable to solve these things on our own.
Eric asked me to help because you two aren't capable to... You don't listen to him, do you? He said he's been asking you to stop many times, but you still seem to be buying many expensive goods.
Even so, it's our problem. I can't believe he asked you for help. It's none of your business. That's a bigger problem for me, to be honest. He still asks his mother for help at this age? How embarrassing.
I think Eric really needed help. I don't want to be an annoying mother-in-law, so I won't say too much, but can you make some time to discuss about this with Eric? He'll understand if you talk about your feelings with him.
If you say so, I'll have a discussion with him. How about that?
That would be great! I know you're busy with housework, and I understand that you get stressed out sometimes, but saving money is really important too. I hope you two can discuss about it as a couple.
I get it. So, is this all? Anything else you wanted to talk about? I have to go buy some groceries, so may I leave now?
Thanks for your time, Bianca. You're always welcome to visit me anytime with Eric. I hope you can visit me again sometime soon. Eric called me last night. Bianca, I heard you bought something expensive again.
Yes, I did. So what?
I thought we had a discussion about this with Eric. Didn't you agree to ask Eric when you wanted to buy something expensive? But I heard that you ignored what Eric said. Is that true?
No, you have to listen to me. Eric always says no when I ask if I can buy what I want. Isn't that unfair? It's not what we agreed on.
So you did ask Eric about it?
Yes, I did. We decided to when we had our discussion. But Eric keeps on saying that we can't afford something so expensive. He just got his paycheck, but he still says no. Oh, I feel so stupid, being the only one keeping our promise. If I can't buy what I want, I don't know why we had a discussion.
Bianca, listen. Do you remember spending $1,000 last month to buy a brand new bag?
Yes, of course. I always wanted that bag. It's my favorite bag now.
Okay, That's nice to hear. I want you to keep in mind that you bought the bag you wanted last month. Eric only gets a few $1,000s paid every month for his salary.
Oh, how do you know all this? But why did you bring that up?
You do know that you need at least $3,000 to pay for both of your living expenses, including your rent, food expenses, electricity bill, and so on. That's the minimum amount you need monthly. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. That's about the amount we need every month. It does change depending on the month, though.
Then don't you think spending $1,000 every month for your shopping fees is a little too much? You won't be able to pay for your living expenses.
I'm perfectly aware of that. I only spend money that's left after paying for living expenses. Do you think I'm stupid?
Have you been saving money? You have to be prepared for your future. You might give birth to a baby soon. Or worse, one of you might get into an accident. How are you going to pay for the fees if you don't start saving money?
Huh? What do you mean? I thought our parents were supposed to pay for those fees. Why would we have to save money and pay for them ourselves?
Wait a minute, Bianca. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the money that's required when I get pregnant, or when we got into an accident. Our parents should support us in these unexpected cases. I always thought you would pay for these fees because it's an emergency.
Did Eric say that? You both are independent adults. Don't you think you should look after yourselves?
Even if we're independent, Eric is still your child. So you should at least help us in an emergency. I don't know much about it, but I heard you inherited a lot of money after your husband's death.
I'm sorry, Bianca. Let me be honest with you. I won't be paying any of those fees you're talking about.
Huh? You have to be kidding.
Like I told you just now, you are both independent adults. I am willing to help you with little things, but I don't have enough money to spend for you two. I can't pay for everything, Bianca.
No, you don't make sense. You've been meddling in our business all the time. After making so many complaints, you just leave everything to us?
It's not like that. I know it's only been a year or so since your marriage, but you can't depend on me forever. You're Eric's wife, Bianca.
Oh my gosh. You're not only a single parent, but you're also poor. I didn't have to respect you as my mother-in-law. I should have just ignored you from the beginning.
You've been maintaining a good relationship with me just because you thought I was rich?
Of course. Who would contact their mother-in-law without any reason? But there's no need to talk with you anymore. I don't want to be involved with people who are poor. Stop trying to get in contact with me.
Don't be so harsh on me. Let's talk about it again, shall we? Considering your future as a couple, we can't just let you spend money freely.
Just mind your own business. There's nothing I can learn from poor single parents like you. Stop acting like you're better than us. You're really annoying.
Wait a second, Bianca. Are you still there? Listen to me. We still have things to talk about. Bianca?
Can you stop coming over to our house like you did yesterday? It's really annoying when people visit without telling us beforehand.
I just wanted to have a conversation with you. Do you really think you can just do whatever you want? Your parents are also worried. Do you know that?
Oh my gosh, so annoying. Did you contact my parents too? Don't you think that's a bit too much? Well, I have to thank you for not telling Eric about this.
I know you'll get in trouble if I tell Eric about yesterday. If you can reflect on yourself and change your attitude, I won't tell Eric about it.
Thank you, you're so nice. But you're really annoying me. So don't come over ever again, okay?
Then, think about how you spend your money. Stop buying expensive brand new bags every single month, okay? You can always save money and then buy what you want.
That's impossible. These brand bags are so popular they get sold out really quickly. If I wait until I save money, I won't be able to buy them.
Haven't I been telling you to learn to be patient? It's not just your own money, it's Eric's money too. If you were single, it's up to you to spend as much as you want. But you have to understand that you're married now.
Stop acting like you know better than us. You're looking down on us, aren't you? We're having this conversation in the first place because you're poor.
My financial situation has nothing to do with this.
But you can't because you're poor. So I have to spend my own money to buy what I want.
It's not only me. Your parents also said they won't be supporting you financially. Why are you only blaming me?
Oh, I never thought my parents would. They're poor like you. Ugh, I'm so lucky. Not only that my real parents are poor, my mother-in-law is also poor. How unfortunate can I be?
You can't say that to your real parents. You should be more considerate about them. They have been taking good care of you until you grew up.
It's the parents' duty to take care of their child. Why do I have to appreciate them when the only thing they did was to complete their duty?
Your parents would be disappointed if they hear this.
Are you trying to appeal to my emotions now? Oh, you're so annoying.
You've been calling me poor. But are you any better than me?
Better?
I just told you that you should save your money before you buy what you want. If you don't want to wait until you save your money, how about you start working as well? But you never got a job yourself. Why don't you do something on your own before you depend on others?
I don't like to work. Why do you think I married Eric? I wanted to stay at home as a housewife.
You really don't plan to change your lifestyle, do you? Nothing can influence you to change for the better. Even your parents.
No, not at all. But I do regret some things I did. I decided to marry Eric because I heard that he inherited some money from his father. Oh, but I should have done more research.
What do you mean?
I should have known better than that single parents were poor. Now that I think of it, I shouldn't have married Eric. Well, Eric is pretty well paid, so I won't divorce him for now.
So that's what you've always thought about us. I finally get it now. Just do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore. I'll do whatever I want too.
There's no time for you to do whatever you want. I'm gonna break relations with you. I don't want to have any relations with poor people. I'm afraid you might start brainwashing Eric.
I don't think my son will agree to that.
He's so kind. Too kind that he hasn't even divorced me yet. He'll listen to whatever I tell him to do. He's really an ideal husband, you know that. I'm never gonna divorce him.
Okay, go on then. But I will take away his inheritance rights.
I don't need your teeny tiny bit of inheritance money. Do you think you can persuade us not to break relations with you just by threatening us about inheritance rights? I'm sorry. I take back everything I say. Please forgive me.
What's wrong? What makes you change your attitude so suddenly?
I'm being serious. I'm so sorry. It was all a joke. We won't break relations with you. Please forgive me.
Oh, did Eric text you? That was fast. I sent him a screenshot of our conversation just now.
I regret everything I did. I'm gonna stop spending money on brand bags. So please forgive me.
I guess you heard about our inheritance money from Eric. I never wasted my money. Unlike you. After my husband's death, I worked hard to earn enough money to take care of Eric when he was still little. I haven't spent a single dollar of the money I inherited from my husband.
You are so hardworking. I respect you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, you don't have to worry about this. We're back to strangers if we're breaking relations. Stop flattering me and never text me again. I'm leaving now. I'm busy.
Please wait. I'm really sorry for everything I did. Hello? Mom? Are you still there? Mom? Mom, please open the door. I'm here to apologize about everything I did to you.
I don't need your apology. Just go home, Bianca. You're disturbing my neighbors. And stop calling me, okay? It's creepy to see all these calls from you.
Don't say that. I was crazy for being so rude to you. I think I might have lost my mind. I regret everything I did. I'm really sorry.
What am I supposed to do? Even if you apologize to me like this, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm a single parent and poor. I thought you knew that. Your apology means nothing, Bianca.
I never meant to say that. I just went with the flow.
You seemed really fluent, though. You've always been very confident with what you said.
You know, I can have a dirty mouth sometimes. I really want to get rid of it, but it's hard to fix bad habits. I never meant to say all these bad things about you. Believe me.
All right, but I think you should get rid of your habit as soon as possible. As a stranger who's poor, I don't really mind, but I bet many people would feel uncomfortable.
Okay, I'll be sure to get rid of it as soon as possible if you say so. I really respect you, so I'll do whatever you ask me to. Eric has been saying that he wants to be like you all the time.
Really? That's my first time hearing Eric say that. But I don't think he should be like me. I'm a poor single parent who can't even support my son and his wife financially.
Don't be ridiculous. You have the inheritance money. You make plenty of money you can use to support us.
What's important here is how I feel. I don't care about how much money I have. I'm not gonna support you financially. Never.
No, you don't have to support me. Everything's gonna be alright when Eric inherits all your money.
Eric's gonna come pick me up now. With the divorce papers in his hands.
Huh? What are you talking about? You gotta be kidding.
I bet you hope so. Eric has been considering getting a divorce after all you did. So he always had the divorce papers ready. I guess the conversation between us was the last straw.
Wait a minute! Are we getting a divorce? Right now? No! I don't want to get divorced!
Don't tell me. It's not my business.
Don't say that! Can you help me out? You're his mother. Can you tell him to stop? He's being ridiculous.
I've been giving you advice so that you could avoid getting divorced by Eric. You were the one who never listened and never changed the way you act. Oh.
But it's so sudden. After my parents heard about what I did, they told me never to come back. How am I supposed to make a living if I get divorced now?
That's unfortunate. But I think you deserve it. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. Oh, I wasted so much time talking nonsense with you. After our conversation, Eric arrived, furious with everything Bianca did, and took her away with him. Although Bianca refused, Eric had already decided to get a divorce. There was nothing that could change his decision. Bianca had never seen Eric so furious. He also asked Bianca to pay for compensation money, and she broke down into tears. To be honest, I'm very disappointed that they ended up like this. The indecisiveness of Eric that led to Bianca's arrogance. My failure of not being able to change Bianca's attitude. I'm disappointed in the both of us. And I think they're both something we should work on. I hope Bianca learns something from her divorce and changes for the better.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Gabby, I'm gonna be late getting home again today. I plan on heading to the gym after I get out of work today. So, it might not be until around 11 p.m. before I'm home, okay?
Archie, are you being serious?
Yeah, I am.
But I had only just had our baby a couple days ago.
And I was helping you out all day and night at first, right?
Do you think that it's okay to not have to deal with the baby and I anymore now then?
That's not at all what I think. I just happen to have a lot going on myself now.
But even after childbirth, I'm still not 100% myself again and need some more time to rest. And without you, I can never rest, having to watch over May all day. Can you at least help me out with her a little bit more than you are right now?
I'll help you out with her when I have my hands free.
What do you mean? You and I should be working on raising her together at all times. If you have the free time to be going to the gym tonight, just skip that and come home. May is your baby as well, after all. Don't you get that?
But for some reason, she doesn't look all that much like me.
Huh? You are the worst, Archie. You have no right saying something that selfish right now.
But even my parents were saying the same thing when they saw her.
No way. I think she has the same ears as you do. Also, she happens to only be a fresh baby right now, so over time, I'm sure she'll start to look more like you. Your parents are so mean. Why would they ever bring something like that up around you? Saying that the baby looks nothing like their son. Do they not care for how we feel?
They were only saying that she looks more like you than anyone else. And they laughed about the fact that May doesn't have to look like me. So why are you getting so worked up over that?
I just happen to feel like your mom and dad were trying to slight me or something.
If anything, you've been a bit rough when it comes to the way you act. Not them. You've also been getting really upset all the time lately.
I have every right to get angry, though. I was thinking that after giving birth to our daughter, I'd be able to come home and we'd work together to care for her. But soon after that day, you've just stopped coming around the house. And when it comes to the weekends, you'll go out by yourself, leaving me all by myself here having to raise May. What is going on there?
I'm going out shopping for the things you asked for, right?
But that's all you've been doing for me. What has happened to you, Archie? You were so happy back when I had given birth to May. Have you stopped thinking that your own baby girl is cute or something?
I think that she's a cute little baby, Gabby. I just happen to have other things going on right now. That's it.
Well, I have things going on myself right now. I have to spend all day and night by myself taking care of this baby girl when I'm exhausted. And I'm doing all of this without any help from you anymore.
You act like this doesn't happen to other people. There are families where their husband has to go on business trips after his wife gives birth, leaving their wife at home to care for the baby, right?
You are such a piece of garbage. I never thought that you, of all people, would turn into this horrible of a husband. Recently, I've started to think that I might have married the wrong person. If things keep going downhill like this with you, then I'm going to start thinking about getting a divorce. I understand that you might be busy right now, but I don't care. You need to be thinking about your wife and baby as well. If you can't do that soon, then things are going to be over between us. Archie, just a second ago, Riley brought over a present for May.
My little sister came over to the house?
Yes. She told me that while she was out on a business trip, she had found this cute little bib for May to use.
I'm sure that my sister is going to spoil the heck out of May from now on, you know. She is so happy to have a little niece that she can play with.
Riley is such a nice young woman, isn't she? Far more kind than my husband.
What are you trying to say now?
Ever since giving my all to give birth to May, my life has been a living hell. You have completely stopped caring for her with me, and now you give me the cold shoulder all the time. And no matter what I say to you, you won't even bother focusing on your wife and baby. I want you home immediately after you get out of work today. I would like to talk with you about my plans for our divorce.
I see. It sounds good.
So you're not even going to get all upset about that? Does this mean that for a while now, you've wanted a divorce as well? Is that why you've been so cold and distant from May and I then?
When I get back to the house, we can talk about it.
Sure, I already knew.
About what?
About how you've been cheating on me with someone else.
Huh? You think that I've been cheating on you? I'm not with anyone else right now.
I have evidence that says otherwise, Archie. If you want, you can go ahead and start making excuses about it right now.
What kind of evidence do you even have?
I have pictures of you out with another woman hugging her.
Please don't say things like that when I've never done that. I'm not cheating on you with anyone else.
Don't lie to me. If you're really not cheating on me, then why were you out hugging another woman like that? I'm sure the reason you haven't been around the house anymore is because you're with her, right? How much longer were you going to keep all this up and keep hurting me?
I really have no memory of the last time I hugged someone that wasn't you.
Well, I have solid evidence right here, Archie. You are not going to be able to talk your way out of this one. I'm going to make sure you pay for May's child support and a settlement to me.
I have no plans of paying you anything, Gabby.
Are you kidding me right now? You are trash. You're the one at fault after going out with another chick while you're married to me. And the reason that you and I are going to be getting divorced is because of you. So I'm going to make sure you take full responsibility for all of it. You are going to be responsible for all you've done, whether you like it or not.
Riley, why are you texting me now?
Because I have to make sure that Gabby is all right. Archie, you're a total jerk for throwing your wife and baby away to be with another woman. Why the hell could you do something like that to another person? Especially when your wife is having the hardest time of her life after giving birth to May. Do you not feel any remorse for what you've done?
So she went to you and cried about what's going on? You can leave all this be, all right? Right now, we are already planning on getting a divorce.
Huh? Why are you so screwed up now? Right now, Gabby is so stressed out and cannot smile because of everything, and you're laughing about divorcing her? Why, Archie?
The only reason that Gabby looks so sad and upset right now is because she's really good at acting.
Huh? Are you kidding me? You had always been such a kind brother to everyone and someone that I'd always brag about.
And I still am just as kind as I always was.
Don't freaking lie to me! You had been so kind and treated your wife so well that I was jealous of the relationship you guys had. Why the hell would you cheat on her? She's the perfect woman for you and you're going to turn away from her? Is there someone more important to you than your own wife and daughter now?
Hold on now. You can settle down. I have not been cheating on her, all right?
I was even shown the picture Gabby has as evidence of you being with another woman. You and this other woman are hugging. There is no way you can tell me that that right there is not proof of you cheating.
That happens to be Gabby's friend.
So you're telling me now that you've been fooling around with your wife's friend? For crying out loud, that is frickin' messed up.
I told you that I haven't been doing anything with her. Are you at your house right now?
I'm not. I'm at the office right now trying to get some work done.
Well, then can you tell me where Gabby is?
She's over at my place right now. She told me that she no longer wants to be in your guys' house anymore. So I'm having her stay at my house for the time being.
Has Gabby been over your house since last night?
Yes. She told me that she couldn't stand being anywhere near you after finding out. So she came running into my house crying about how horrible you are, telling me what terrible things you said about her. Why would you be doing this to someone as special as Gabby?
I had no other choice. That's just how I feel about things now with her.
You are literally the worst husband.
You can say that about me now, but I think that it's wild that she'd go over your house after that. I had assumed she'd be running back home to her parents' house.
She told me that day she'd be going back over to your house to get her things. She was only able to bring over May's things last night. But before you get back home from work, she'll be back over at my house and staying there. And she thinks that she'll head back to her parents' house tomorrow.
I see. I'm sorry for causing you all this trouble.
I don't care about having her and May at my house. Not after what you did to them. I want you to explain yourself to me right now, though. I am really upset with you right now and want to know everything that's been going through your mind. What made you do all of this in the first place to her? To both of them?
I have seriously not been cheating on her. I promise you that.
Then what was that picture I looked at that Gabby was showing me?
I think that Gabby may have asked her friend to come up and hug me in order for her to take a picture at the exact moment and later use that picture against me. She's trying to paint me as the one cheating right now.
Huh? Why would you think something like that?
I'm thinking she's doing it so she can get both money from me and child support and an settlement.
So you're saying that she's been planning to divorce you for a while now then?
Well, I think so. For a while now, I've felt that I'm not May's actual father.
I heard about that from Gabby already. She's told me about how you're never around to help her care for May. You've been making her act like a single parent for the past month, right? I can understand why she'd want to divorce you if you're never going to come home and help with her newborn baby.
But I'm not helping her with May because that's not my daughter.
What?
Riley, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that?
I know that you were so happy to finally have yourself a little niece, but May is not my child, and therefore she's not your niece. The real father happens to be the man that Gabby has been cheating on me with.
Archie, during your next day off, can you come to my parents' house? I'll have my lawyer here waiting to talk with you, and we can discuss what's going to happen with this divorce. And my parents would like to have a word with you as well about this. So make sure that when you're over here, you don't say anything too horrible to me. Right now, both my mom and dad are infuriated with you. One wrong move, and one of them might just snap.
Understood. I'll make sure to bring my lawyer along with me as well. I'd love to have a talk with you as well about how I've been cheating on you.
You need to learn when to give up, Archie. You still don't plan on confessing to us about how you've been in the arms of another woman? I'm going to make sure that you have no other choice but to pay me both May's child support every month and a settlement to me. I'm thinking around at least $100,000 for the settlement.
$100,000, huh? That's quite a lot of money to be asking me for. Well, I guess you had only married me in the first place for my money, so I shouldn't be all too surprised.
Huh? What did you just say to me there? You were the one that abandoned me and never took care of your daughter or I.
I can keep saying this all day if you like. I have not been cheating on you, and I never plan to.
You're going on about that again? I have concrete evidence that says otherwise, Archie. Do you still not fully grasp that?
The pictures that you have of me cheating were made up by you, right? The person in that photo happens to be your friend, right?
Huh? I don't know her. I can't even see her face in the photo.
Don't worry about that. The man I paid to go out and take pictures of me that day has all sorts of photos with her face showing. And by man, I mean detective.
What? What do you mean, detective?
Actually, for the longest time now, I've been wanting to divorce you. So I made sure to have an investigation started to make sure I was right about my intuitions. Do you know the reason why I might have had doubts about you?
I don't know. I think you just started to doubt me because you started to love that other woman.
Wrong. I started to doubt you because my gut told me that you were with another man. And when I realized that May wasn't even my child, it became pretty clear that there was someone else involved.
Wait, why are you going on about things that don't make any sense? May is your daughter, all right?
Nope, she's not. I made sure to have 2 DNA tests run on her, so I know for a fact that she's not mine.
You had DNA tests done?
Remember that even before you became pregnant with May, I was starting to doubt you and thought you might be cheating on me. There were times you told me you were home, but I'd hear from my friend at the same time that he saw you out with another man.
So you started looking into that?
Yeah, because I started to realize you were lying to me. And I noticed that your lies only began to grow more common as you became pregnant. I didn't want to believe myself, but I only became more and more nervous about you. And so, to make my anxiety go away, I asked to have a DNA test taken.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. And I'll make sure to bring both results from those DNA tests with me when I come to your parents' house.
Why are you only starting to bring this all up now?
I was a bit stuck after seeing the results of the test and the evidence the detective was bringing me. Learning that May was not my real daughter completely shocked my whole system. I started having to think about the next steps to take and how I was to go about getting a divorce. And after taking a chance and asking one of my coworkers about what to do, they said I should calm down and think. So we ended the conversation with calling the detective back and asking them to start searching for who the real father is.
You could have at least told me all of this the first time you got those results. Why did you hide all of this from me until this exact moment?
Right before I was going to say anything, you left.
I never believed back then that you'd bring anything up to me. It was because of you that right now my life is on thin ice, and I'm having to make all kinds of hard decisions.
Don't blame me for your actions. The reason all of this is happening to you is because you chose to cheat on me and have a baby with the other man, right? And after that, you tried to make me look like I was the one cheating on you? You had your friend come up and hug me out of nowhere, all so that you could snap some quick pictures and use them to get money from me?
I've not been making that up.
Back when you took that picture of her hugging me, she told me she wanted a taxi home because she wasn't feeling too well, and she asked me to call her a taxi since I was still around her.
And? What does that have to do with us? I'm sure you took her to the hotel right after that. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
After I had sent her on her way in a taxi, after she had run up and hugged me, I got a call. It was from the detective I hired, and he told me that the woman who hugged me and then asked me to get her a taxi was your friend. Needless to say, I was shocked hearing that. Apparently, he was following you all day and saw that you met up with her before you asked her to come and hug me. And he was then able to get photos of both you taking pictures of me being hugged and of the hugging itself. I have evidence that clearly shows I wasn't cheating on you and that you set it all up.
Is that so?
You aren't going to escape me this time. I'll make sure to teach you who the real jerk is this time. I'm also working on finding out who the man is that you've been cheating on me with, and if he's the father of May or not. I believe from what I've found so far, it's Bill, right? And he happens to be married himself?
Listen, Archie, I'm so very sorry about cheating on you, but that whole interaction I had with Bill was a one-time thing.
That was fast, but you're still not coming out with all of it. Strange. The detective is telling me that he saw you going out with him while you were already pregnant as well.
We only met to have some coffee and talk. At the time, I had assumed May was yours. I didn't think that the one time I slept with him, I would have gotten pregnant. Also, the only reason I stuck around him was because he was being rude to me about it.
It's disgusting that you still go out with someone when they're being rude to you. Are you going to tell me that no matter how rude someone is to you, you'll stay with him?
No! He happened to do a lot of things for me as well, like caring for me. And he just wanted to hang out with me some more after that night.
I'm sorry. I really hate hearing you use all these excuses with me. Honestly, I don't even know what to say to you anymore.
Just know that even though I was going out with him, you were the most important to me. That's why I married you. Believe me, all right?
What you're telling me and what you've been doing are completely different, though. Right before telling me that you wanted a divorce, you had Bill come over to the house, right?
That was just because I had some things I wanted to talk with him about. We didn't do anything else besides talk then.
You think that just because I wasn't home, you can hide what happened from me? I had a camera placed inside the house in the living room.
Huh? So then you heard what we were talking about too?
You were telling him that after you divorced me, you wanted to marry someone like him, right? Although he refused what you were asking for. So that must mean you cared more about Bill than me this whole time, right?
That's not it. I knew that you and I would end up getting a divorce, so I was only asking him then so that I wasn't alone afterwards.
Go ahead and say what you want. But while talking to Bill, you started to cry. And then you told him you never married me out of love, but because of the money I had. You told him that after you got rid of me, because I was no longer nice to you, you'd want to marry and live with him. You confessed all of that to him, and I have it recorded.
That wasn't the honest truth back then. I was just upset at the time and wanted someone to listen to me, so I called for him.
I can't believe anything you're telling me anymore, Gabby.
Please believe me, all right?
Why should I believe you? You've already been cheating on me, and you lied to me about May. And to make things worse, you confessed on camera to the fact that you only ever got married to me for my money. Even if you didn't mean to say it like that at the time, you have already lied to me enough, and I don't want to live with you anymore.
I really think of you as the most important thing to me, Archie. I don't want to get this divorce after all. I understand that I really did some awful things to you, but I'm going to work on changing myself now, and I'll make sure that you're the only man I love. So please, 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 forgive me.
You only want me to be your husband still because you don't want others to find out about how you cheated on me and had a baby with your other man, right? Even your friend who helped you stage that photo was shocked to hear about this. She thought that I was the problem because I stopped helping you with May and was never around the house. And that's why she agreed to help you. But after hearing the truth from me, she started to cry and apologize for what she'd done.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna get so much money from that cruddy husband of mine. Once I have money, let's go on a vacation together.
What?
I have my parents take care of the kid. I never really wanted to have a child anyway. I'm sure once I have everyone thinking I was the victim, I'll be in the clear for having cheated. Do you know who said all these things?
What the hell?
When you were over at my little sister's house, you were sending all these messages to Bill, right? While you were sleeping over at Riley's place, she took a look at your phone and at the text you were sending him.
Huh? So she just disregarded my privacy?
Riley's told me that if you want to sue her for that, then she'll pay up. She knew you'd get upset over that, but she doesn't regret it.
This isn't about getting money from her.
Don't ever tell me that I'm important to you ever again. It makes me want to throw up. I'm also planning on showing all this stuff to your mom and dad.
Archie, wait. I really am so sorry for everything. I get it. Let's get a divorce, but just don't tell my parents about the truth.
No, I think I will tell them. I would like everyone who knows you to know just how awful of a woman you really are, how awful of a wife you are, how awful of a mother you are, how awful of a daughter you are.
If you do that to me, though, I'll be kicked out of my mom and dad's. I've got to take care of May by myself right now, right? You wouldn't dare make her suffer for something I did, right?
Shut the hell up, Gabby. You don't give a dang about May, or else you would have never said that you'd leave her with your parents and go on vacation with Bill. I don't think you should be allowed to have any kids.
I'm so sorry, Archie. I messed up. I messed up so badly, and I want you to know that I am sorry for it. Forgive me, please. Please don't do anything that will ruin my future.
These past few months for me have felt like hell. I had to watch as someone like you gave birth to someone that wasn't mine, and I was never able to confront you about Bill. I knew that divorcing you the moment I found out about all of this, I would have been hurting myself as well. So that's why for weeks I was stuck trying to decide whether I should really be caring for May or not, when she was never really my child. But I guess you never really cared about me to begin with. Hearing that from those recordings and my sister makes me feel as though I lost everything.
I am so sorry, Archie. I'm sorry for hurting you. I will literally get on my knees and beg you for forgiveness. So please find some way to keep yourself from telling my parents.
Say whatever you like, but it's far too late for me to hold back. I've already been preparing for this divorce for months now. I think that it's time for me to act and make you experience the I've been living in. You were the one that chose to cheat on me, right? I'm going to make sure that you take responsibility for that. You went and tore holes in both my life and your daughter's life. So I'm going to make sure that after today, you never get to do as you please again. From there, I immediately started working with my lawyer to have the divorce processed. Gabby cried and cried about how she didn't want to get a divorce, but I knew deep down she was lying through her teeth again and that she wanted a divorce just as badly. It took a bit of help from her parents, but they were soon able to force her to sign the divorce paperwork and finish the deal. After that, I was able to get a settlement from both Gabby and Bill, who she had cheated on me with. And luckily for myself, they were both able to pay me right away. In Bill's case, he happened to already have 3 kids of his own, and so his wife didn't end up divorcing him for their sakes. But as punishment for doing all this, his pissed off wife told him he would not be getting any money from her anymore, and that for the rest of his life, he'd be doing all the chores in the house for her. And as for Gabby, she was kicked out of her parents' house and without them even giving her a chance to make a comment. Then they took May into their house and made sure that Gabby would never be able to care for her ever again. I think money-wise, it was a good thing for May that her grandparents decided to take her in and raise her, as Gabby has pretty much nothing now. It's not easy for me to say this about Gabby, but I feel 100% more trust in her parents caring for May than I ever did with Gabby. As of right now, I'm not really sure how Gabby is living with herself and what she's up to, but honestly, I don't even want to know. But when it comes to May, I still have this small amount of care in me that makes me hope she has a good future ahead of her. When it comes to myself after everything, I went back to my parents' house for a little bit while taking some time off work to let myself relax a little. At the time, I didn't want to really do anything, so a lot of my friends and family would end up taking care of me until I started to gain my energy back. I think now, I'm doing a lot better knowing that I still have people around me that I can trust. My sister has even come back to my parents' house a few times, and she would take me out on drives in her car. We both talked a lot about what happened, and her being around me really helped me have an outlet that I needed. And now I'm able to start going out again and even start to hang out with old friends of mine. The wounds to my heart are still not healed yet, not even close actually, but over time I'm sure I'll start to feel 100% again and might even go out to find myself a new woman. Before then, I need to take things slow and make sure not to burn myself out any. Step by step, I'm going to make sure that my happiness and my heart come back to the way they were before I ever married Gabby.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.